Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Namaskar. As promised yesterday, we shall continue discussing the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We ended with chapter 1 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We shall let us proceed in that vein, in that line. To understand the Gita, the reverential approach is very much necessary. We must have, first of all, love for God and a religious frame of mind towards His teachings. We must take up His study in an attitude of utter submission to the will of God. For the Gita is the milk of the Vedas, drawn by the cowherd Krishna with the help of Arjuna, the calf, for all of us to drink this milk of life, this Amrita, and have sustenance therefrom. The Gita Dhyanam says, Sarvo Padishado Gavo Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dogdham Gita Mritam Mahat. The Gita is a text for everyone, more so those who wish to walk the path of Dharma, the spiritual road. It emphasizes sadhana and spiritual attitudes more than anything else. Every chapter lays down the means and methods of reaching the goal of this human birth. Sadhana is a product of keen and steady yearning for progress on the spiritual path. The aspirant, people like me and you, the seeker of God, we must aspire. We must have strong desire for success. We must never despair. We must never give up. We must persevere, and we must also, very important, not look forward for quick success. The Gita is like a boat also to take us across this self-imposed state of bondage to freedom of the soul. We are taken from darkness unto light. In the words of an Upanishad, Tam asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya. The Gita ordains for us disciplines and duties, performing which we become free from the wheel of birth and death, this going and coming. To study the Gita, therefore, is to learn the art of swimming across this ocean of delusion, moha. The Gita is the very voice of God. The fact that it has provided consolation and liberation to millions of people is evidence of the divine origin. The Mahabharata says, Gita su Gita kartavya kim anyay shastra sangrahai ya swayam padmanabhasya mukha padmad vinnihi shrita. And the Gita, according to Mahabharata, has emerged from the lotus lip of the Lord Himself. It should be recited, it should be heard, it should be studied, it should be taught, it should be pondered upon and assimilated properly and well. For the Gita is the essence of all our scriptures. The way the Gita begins and the way it ends, that gives a clue to the subject which it expounds. The very first starts with the word Dharma Kshetra. Recall what we did yesterday in the field of righteousness, Dharma, being the leading word here, Dharma Kshetra. It ends with Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanodhara. Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nirtir Matir Mama. Wherever there is Bhagavan Krishna, there shall be goodness, there shall be victory, there shall be glory, and there shall be dharma, righteousness. Bhagavan Shri Krishna then is what is called Dharma Swarupa, an embodiment of dharma. Through dharma, we reach Krishna. The Geeta is a journey from the first word to the last word to God realization through this path of dharma, righteousness. So, dharma kshetri, it itself is a combination of two words, dharma and kshetri. Kshetra means a field, meaning dharma kshetra, a field of righteousness. As used in the Geeta, it has a very lasting message for all mankind, for every person who is willing to walk by the laws of God. It is used here as an adjective to describe that battlefield, Kuru Kshetri. Kuru means action, Kshetra field, a field of action. What we say, imagine a very big park. That field of activities where the might and the strength of the unrighteous Kauravas was pulverized, was defeated by the Lord, and the Lord's grace, His mercy blessing was showered upon the Pandavas' righteousness. The battle was a show of might against right. The field was known as Kuru Kshetri, a field of action, as I said before, but the intervention and presence of Bhagavan Krishna to aid, to assist, and reinforce the cause of truth and righteousness, transmuted it, changed it into a field of righteousness. The Kuru Kshetra becomes Dharma Kshetra. The word Dharma Kshetra also summarizes the history of those two opposing forces, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, who were in deadly battle. It symbolizes the eternal conflict in our hearts between the forces of good and the forces of evil. And so they are a battle that ends, or supposed to end, in the victory of good within us, in all of us, as the righteous Pandavas did. When we accept and we install in our hearts Bhagavan Krishna, Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan, the mighty Lord, the good Lord, to be our Sanatana Sarathi, our eternal Shofa, our eternal charioteer. That field, Kurukshetra, as referred to in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, is our own body, where this struggle goes on daily. Lord Bhagavan Krishna says, Daivi Sampad Vimokshaya Nibandhaya Surimata. The divine quality is conducive to liberation, goodness, while demoniac, evil qualities leads to destruction. Tulsidas has also written in the Ramayana, Sumati Kumati Sabake Urarahi Nata Purana Nigam Asakahi Jaha Sumati Taha Sampati Nana Jaha Kumati Taha Vipati Nidana. And Bhalo Bhalai Pai Lahai Lahai Nichai Hi Nich Sudhaja Sarahia Amarta Garaja Sarahia Mich. The good people of this world, their intention is good, and the wicked, their intention is only evil and destruction to the world. The unfortunate thing, the evil person take along with them good people along the way. Experiences we born as human beings. We have experience like hunger, thirst, sleep, fear, procreation, and these are common to us human beings as well as to animal, birds, and the beasts. The animals also feel hunger and pain like us. They are afraid like us. They sleep like us. They bring forth offsprings like us. What then make us different from the animal world? It is the knowledge of this right and wrong, the quality of deciding what is right or dharmic is special to man alone, and the attainment of righteous conduct is only possible for this human race. This world that we live in is Dharma Kshetra, the battlefield for a just and a moral struggle. The decisive issue, the choice we make, lies in our own hearts, where this battle between Dharma and Adharma, righteousness and unrighteousness, are fought daily and hourly as we exit our home towards we meet it on the road. The ascent, the going up from earth to heaven, the attainment of spiritual realization, what we call from suffering to spirit, is through the path of Dharma. No wonder the Gita opens with that word Dharma. Success is assured for him, therefore, who treads the path of Dharma. It is written, Yato dharmas tato jayaha. Where there is Dharma, there is always victory. Lord Rama has also pronounced on this matter thus, Sakha dharma mai asarata jake, Geeta na kahana katahuri putake. He addressed Vibhishana. There is no one who can conquer that person who takes his stand on the field of Dharma. Let us therefore be dharmic in all our activities, in our thought, words, and deeds. Let us hug, install Bhagavan Krishna in our heart. He himself has assured us that the Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hirdeshe Arjuna Tishtati. The Lord is seated in our heart. He is the chauffeur. He is the charioteer of this human chariot, this human vehicle, and victory shall be assured. Please continue to join us each and every day, every morning, same time, same channel, for a continuation in our discussion, Hinduism in Focus. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.